Hello there, it's Loop Dark Snout here, and I'm braving the dark, dangerous urban jungle, otherwise known as Tim Hortons, to tell you about the Midnight Challenge. In this episode, I try to get my video playing for reals, with interrupts, looking good in one night. In fact, I only give myself, a little over 2 hours to do it because I'm confident I can pull this off. Will I do it? Well, you could always jump ahead and find out, or you can sit there and watch. Your choice.
Okay, well, there it is. This is what I got. This guy's off. Real deal, right? I'll show you what I got. So, this is set to play it really crudely. And it goes that far and dies. Trust me, nothing I did worked. But then I realized a big oopsie, and it made all the difference. And at which point I grabbed the phone, and here we are. You wouldn't, well, I guess you would believe it because, there's a lot of things that can screw up. But my notebook is somewhere else, so I can't really show you in the paperwork. But it's right here because this is one of my buffers. Ta-da! And this is all I need to do. Okay, so assemble away. And I haven't done anything else. There it is. It's not obviously decoding the color, putting it, setting, DO21, 22, 23. And it's certainly not being smart enough to, avoid glitching out and changing stuff in the middle of the screen. I just couldn't understand why it wasn't working, and now I understand that it does. So that's great. Now, do I want to get this done tonight? Well, it won't be done. It'll be playable and pretty. I think I can. It is 9:45 in the evening. I bet you I can get this thing playing fudge-wise, probably before midnight. Enough to where it's not doing the audio, but it's skipping, doing the V-blank changes of things and setting the color like it should. And yeah, and this is really off. This is happening at 1 megahertz. Look at that thing go. And I think it's playing faster than the real thing, which is great because it needs to, right? It's the only way you're going to get the audio to play at the same time. And there's no color depacking logic happening behind the scenes here. And there needs to be. So, yeah, I better get to work. It's just cool to see this thing actually playing. Nice. Oh, yes! And this was based on Rollout 1.04, right? Earlier today, and at work, I came up with 1.05 because last night when I was going to bed, I realized what the rollout code is basically doing. It's looking for all the zeros, writing them down. It's looking for the ones, like the locations that get one set to them, and then twos, and then threes. It's a sort routine. What I wrote is a really poor sort routine. Really bad. But it's fast enough that it worked. It worked in about 36 hours. So, I remember something I saw on a YouTube visualization of sorting routines. And it basically, I didn't know what it was called, but I had the visualization in my head. I'm like, how does that work? And I pieced it together. And then I came up with code. And, it's not code, ideas. It's not code yet. But it's a quick sort. It's a variation of the quick sort. And not like I need rollout to work anymore, but cool. 1.05, I might do it just for fun because I bet you I can get this rollout code creation down to about, 4 hours instead of 36. I wonder. And it's exciting to know that it was actually a sort routine that is what I really needed. And this might be it. And I might do it for fun because that's why I was, doing it today at work, trying to figure out the logic that you need to understand before you get to the code part. But anyway, this video is almost done. I guess when it is done, I can print TI string and see how long it actually took. Well, it's been 5 minutes for this segment. You guys have been with me the whole time, so what do you say? Yeah, let's do it. Now, will I be able to get out of here? Well, the BackBit should allow me to hit restore, and it should jump out. We'll see. You run away, you do this, and then the screen's going to, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. Yep. Damn. Because it doesn't know when the video is over. Nice. If that's real, if that time is real. Woo, nice. I think it is. It probably is, because I'm recording at 5 minutes, 39 seconds now, and that was with a reboot in between, right? Cool. All right. Ciao. Well, I don't expect this to work. It is 11:54. I have to restart and do it without this guy because, it won't run otherwise. This is based on 1.00C and 1.04. 1.04 had a lot of my old Wolves on the BackBit code, so I've been spending some time going back and polishing that a bit, removing bits I don't need because I'm planning to add the audio in rollout code format. So here's kind of what I got. Oh yeah, control doesn't stop it anymore because of Jiffy DOS. Not much to look at. Let's see, what do we got? I'll show you my main loop at least. Oh, right here. 1,000 to 1,090. That's it. Yeah, I guess that's all that matters. Let's assemble this puppy and watch the crash because it ain't going to work, right? Doop-a-doo. Come on. None of the audio. If I have it right, it's skipping over all the audio stuff. It's probably just going to crash. And if it plays, wow. It's more than I expected. That ain't blinking. Now what do we make of this? I don't know. Could be my color unpacker. One thing I did. Oh yeah. Nope. ROMs are out. I'm helpless. My NMI is probably jumping who knows where. Well, I guess I'll try to fix this and maybe see if I can do it in the next 4 minutes. Here we go. Well, as you can see, I just stuck in this line, so it's going to, as soon as it tries to unpack the color, it's not. This is my last-ditch effort. Otherwise, well, I'm going to consider it a fail for tonight. But at least I have something to work further on. Hey! Hoo-hoo-hoo! It's my color unpacker's pooched. Okay. Damn, that would have been pretty. I got 3 minutes. Maybe I can fix it. I might just do it. I had my revised buffers here, but this isn't where they're being taken from, so I had to tweak this. These were my previous set of buffers. So, talk about to the wire. I have about 70 seconds left in the evening. This is it. Okay, let me look one more time. Do I have these? Do they match? 8C, 8E. It's going to work. This is going to work. Ah! Don't. It's kind of funny, though. Okay. Now it's messing up in half-page style, which tells me it is something wrong with my color unpacker because it operates in a very weird way. I forget the reasoning for it, but when it takes like a single value, there's a low nibble, high nibble. The low nibble goes at the 0 at the low part of the page, and the high nibble is put at the same page plus 128. That way I can keep my Y indexes from 0 to 127. That was the reason. And so after Y equals 128, I reset Y to 0. I increment my data pointer by 128, but then I take both of those pointers and I bump them by one full page. And after 4 of those increments, we are in, we're off the color RAM altogether. It hits DC 100, at which point I leave. Of course, this is relying on perfect code, because if one byte is out, it's going to loop endlessly, or it'll jump over into the DC hundreds and start wrecking stuff. Same thing with the rolled out code. One byte out of place is an instant crash. So yeah, I am definitely playing with fire here. It's meant to do the job, not do it cautiously. But now it's after midnight. But I am going to reboot this and look for the flaw, because I'm itching to fix this. Oh, I'd love to see it play properly. So close. Okay. Thanks for watching all this. Good night. Well, I looked at my rollout code creator, and I think this is the only flaw. I had the nibbles mixed up. This might be it. Okay. Which file is this? Okay. So I'm going to, I'll save this and then I'll reload, because I had that sucker on during development. It really helps. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to read 2 files, right? Anyway, I'll be back. Okay. Let's see. Please work this time. I don't know if it will. Oh. The colors just seemed off entirely, but we'll see. Here we go. Nope. Ah. What is going on with those things? I know what I didn't do. I didn't set the DO 21, 22, 23. Oh, man. Okay. One more time. Promise, next time's it. But then again, why are they still off? That should not be. It is, well, 12:40. I'm long since blown my deadline, but I think I found the problem. This is rollout 1.04. Well, the good news is it might actually help if I bother to make rollout 1.05, because I'm going to need to use it. I screwed up. This is where we set the, well, as you can see, N color O, or, the old color and the new color. That's where we begin to pack it. Look at this. Well, I'll point it out. Bump the high bytes. You dumbass. Those are the low bytes. Oi. So anytime the color was different from one frame to the next, it basically created bogus values and tried to, oh boy. So it's bumping the low bytes only. So the high bytes never got changed? I don't know. The long story short is it's a mess. Dang. So what I can do, well, I can use my current rollout 1.04 with a fresh BBT, because of course the latest one is now trashed, and make the correction here and run it for, a few minutes. And if the first few frames play well, I think I got it finally fixed. But I don't want to wait 36 hours for this, because I only have one more shift left before I have 3 days off. So maybe tomorrow night's a good time to make rollout 1.05 and just let it plow through. Hopefully I can do it fast. All right. I made a fresh copy of my BBT. I got rid of a couple of the wrecked ones. This is the version that has the fix. Well, we're back to poking along at this. We'll see if I can get a few frames can play like this, and then it'll just dive bomb into the ground. Then I know, but I'm not going to spend 36 hours in this. I'm itching to try out my rollout 1.05. Yeah, I guess you'll see it maybe tomorrow, unless it doesn't work at all, at which point I'm just going to let this run, and yeah, 36 hours. I just thought of something. It's after 1 in the morning anyway. Well, this is less than 3 seconds. So no, screw it. I'm just going to let this run tonight and see what I got in the morning. Then I can sweat it out and think what my next step is going to be. Maybe I'll let it just run altogether. Who knows? We'll find out.
That's kind of the problem with this rollout thing. You make one mistake in your code or whatever, you've got to spend another 36 hours fixing it, because you basically have to start over. Just, etch a sketch every single page, start again. And, well, that's what I'm now doing, because, oops, I made a little boo-boo. And in the next episode, well, we'll have to see, did I fix it? I feel like Bob the Builder.